Hello, welcome to how to solve this very nice equation for x values. X squared minus 3 whole squared is equal to x plus 3. We will solve it by two methods, so let's start with method 1. First of all, we take a square of this x squared minus c according to algebraic identity a minus b whole squared is equal to a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. According to this identity, x squared minus 3 whole squared is equal to x to the power 4 minus 6x squared plus 9 is equal to x plus 3. Now we move this x and this 3 to the left side. X to the power 4 minus 6x squared. This plus x becomes negative x at the left side plus this 9, and this plus 3 becomes negative 3 at the left side is equal to 0. Next, x to the power 4 minus 6x squared minus x, and 9 minus 3 plus 6 is equal to 0. Now we write this negative x with this x to the power 4, and this negative 6x squared with this plus 6. X to the power 4 minus x and minus 6x squared plus 6 is equal to 0. Now from these two terms, x to the power 4 minus x, we can factor out x. X times, in bracket left, x cubed minus 1. From these two terms, negative 6x squared plus 6, we can factor out negative 6. Negative 6 times, in bracket left, x squared minus 1 is equal to 0. Now this one is same as 1 cubed, so we can write here 1 cubed, and we can factorize this x cubed minus 1 cubed according to algebraic identity a cubed minus b cubed is equal to a minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. X times, according to this identity, this x cubed minus 1 cubed is equal to x minus 1 times x squared plus x plus 1. Then write this negative 6 times. Now this one is same as 1 squared, so we can write here 1 squared, and according to algebraic identity a squared minus b squared is equal to a plus b times a minus b. According to this identity, this x squared minus 1 squared is equal to x plus 1 times x minus 1 is equal to 0. Now as you can see, this factor x minus 1 is a common factor, so we factor out this x minus 1. X minus 1 is a common factor, and in bracket left, this x times x squared plus x plus 1, and this negative 6 times x plus 1. In bracket left, x times x squared plus x plus 1 and minus 6 times x plus 1 is equal to 0. Next, x minus 1 times x squared x cubed, and x times plus x squared, and x times plus 1 plus x, and this negative 6 times x, negative 6x, and this negative 6 times plus 1, negative 6, is equal to 0. Next, x minus 1 times x cubed plus x squared. This 1x minus 6x minus 5x minus 6 is equal to 0. Next, x minus 1 times x cubed. Now because 2 is a factor of this 6, 2 is a factor of 6, so we split this plus 1x square as 2x squared minus 1x squared. Split this plus 1x squared as plus 2x squared minus 1x squared. And because this 6 divided by the common factor 2 is equal to 3, so we split this negative 5x as negative 2x minus 3x. We split this negative 5x as negative 2x minus 3x. Then this minus 6 is equal to 0. Next, x minus 1 times, now from these two terms, x cubed plus 2x squared, we can factor out x squared. X squared times, in bracket left, x plus 2, and from these two terms, negative x squared minus 2x, we can factor out negative x times, in bracket left, x plus 2, and from these two terms, negative 3x minus 6, we can factor out negative 3. Negative 3 times, in bracket left, x plus 2 is equal to 0. Next, x minus 1. Now from here, as you can see, this factor x plus 2 is a common factor, so we factor out this x plus 2 as a common factor, and in bracket left, this x squared, this minus x, and this minus 3. In bracket left, x squared minus x minus 3 is equal to 0. Now from here, either this expression x minus 1 is equal to 0, or this expression x plus 2 is equal to 0, or this expression x squared minus x minus 3 is equal to 0. And from here, x is equal to 1, and from here, x is equal to negative 2. This is the first value of x, and this is the second value of x. So we got two solutions from here, and to find other two solutions, we solve this quadratic equation. This is not factorable, so we solve it by quadratic formula. In this equation, a is equal to 1, and b is equal to negative 1, and c is equal to negative 3. And according to quadratic formula, x is equal to negative value of b negative 1 plus or minus square root of value of b negative 1 squared minus 4 times value of a 1 times value of c negative 3 divided by 2 times value of a 1. Next, x is equal to this minus and this minus becomes plus 1, plus or minus square root of negative 1 squared is 1, and negative 4 times 1 times negative 3 plus 12, and 1 plus 12 13 divided by 2. So from here we get the two values of x. X3 is equal to 1 plus square root of 13 over 2, and value of x4 is equal to 1 minus square root of 13 over 2, and value of x1 is equal to 1, and value of x2 is equal to negative 2. So these are the four solutions of this equation. Now let's solve this equation by method 2. In this method, we suppose this expression x squared minus 3 is equal to y. Let x squared minus 3 is equal to y. When we substitute y in this equation, then this equation becomes y squared is equal to x plus 3. Now if we move this x to the left side, then this equation becomes y squared minus x is equal to 3. And from here we move this y to the left side and this negative 3 to the right side. X squared, this plus y becomes negative y at the left side is equal to, this negative 3 becomes positive 3 at the right side. Now at the right side of this equation you can see that here we have 3, and at the right side of this equation we have 3. So by comparing we can write this x squared minus y equal to this y squared minus x, like this. X squared minus y is equal to left side of this equation y squared minus x. Now we move this y squared and this minus x to the left side. X squared, this plus y squared becomes minus y squared at the left side. Then we write this minus y, and this minus x becomes plus x at the left side is equal to 0. Next we change the position of this plus x. We write this plus x first and then this negative y. X squared minus y squared, and we write this plus x first, plus x, and this minus y is equal to 0. Now according to algebraic identity, a squared minus b squared is equal to a plus b times a minus b. This x squared minus y squared is equal to x plus y times x minus y, and from these two terms plus x minus y we can factor out plus 1. Plus 1 times, in bracket left, x minus y is equal to 0. Now as you can see, this x minus y is a common factor, so we factor out this x minus y. X minus y times, in bracket left, this x plus y and this plus 1. X plus y plus 1 is equal to 0. Now from here either this expression x minus y is equal to 0, or this expression x plus y plus 1 is equal to 0. Now recall that we have supposed that x squared minus 3 is equal to y. We have supposed that x squared minus 3 is equal to y. To find the value of x, first we put the value of y, x squared minus 3, in this equation. X minus value of y is x squared minus 3 is equal to 0. Next we remove this bracket x, and due to this minus, this positive x squared becomes negative x squared, and this negative 3 becomes plus 3 is equal to 0. Now we write this negative x squared first, negative x squared, then this plus x, and in the last this plus 3 is equal to 0. Now because here we have negative x squared, so we multiply both sides of this equation by negative 1. Then this equation becomes x squared minus x minus 3 is equal to 0. Now this is not factorable, so we solve it by quadratic formula. In this equation, a is equal to 1, b is equal to negative 1, and c is equal to negative 3. And according to quadratic formula, x is equal to minus value of b minus 1 plus or minus square root of value of b negative 1 squared minus 4 times value of a 1 times value of c negative 3 divided by 2 times value of a 1. Next, x is equal to this minus and this minus becomes plus 1 plus or minus square root of this negative 1 squared is 1, and this negative 4 times 1 times negative 3 plus 12, and 1 plus 12 13 divided by 2 times 1 2. So from here we get the two values of x. X is equal to 1 plus square root of 13 over 2, and x is equal to 1 minus square root of 13 over 2. And to find the other two values of x, in this equation we put the value of y, x squared minus 3. We write this x first, x plus value of y is x squared minus 3, x squared minus 3, then this plus 1 is equal to 0. Now we write this x squared first, x squared, then this plus x, and minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2 is equal to 0. Now this quadratic equation can be solved by factorization. Sum of 2 and negative 1 is equal to this plus 1, and product of 2 and negative 1 is equal to this minus 2. So we split this plus x, into 2x minus x. Then this equation becomes x squared plus 2x minus x, then this minus 2 is equal to 0. Now from these two terms, x squared plus 2x, we can factor out x times in bracket left x plus 2. From these two terms, negative x minus 2, we can factor out negative 1 minus 1 times in bracket left x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now as you can see, this factor x plus 2 is a common factor. So we factor out this x plus 2 times in bracket left this x and this minus 1, x minus 1 is equal to 0. So from here either this expression x plus 2 is equal to 0 or this expression x minus 1 is equal to 0. From here x is equal to negative 2 and from here x is equal to 1. So these are the four solutions of this equation.